Boy, T.I. should have told his son up.
What happened?
That boy was at the football game acting a fool.
What happened?
Then he gonna try to fight T.I.
How many tell me what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm putting my shoe on. I'm gonna be there in a second. Yeah, his son King, you know it's always the one crazy son.
Everybody got a crazy child somewhere.
Yeah, he's spoiled.
Yeah, that's all they just call.
Yeah, he acting a fool, talking crazy, talking about he from the hood and all that. They was like, boy, you was sucking a pacifier till you were 12.
And then if I was solid gold.
Yeah, they was like, you had a silver spoon.
And he tried to jump on his dad?
Tried to fight his daddy at the football game. They was like, boy, you embarrassing yourself. T.I. like, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing to me. You ain't bigger than a minute. You about this tall.
I know, because his mama ain't about a hot minute.
Yeah, King is a mess. Yeah, he the one with them crazy dread. Yeah, it's all on Instagram. It's everywhere. Oh, I will. I ain't gonna be gone, I'm a couple hours and I'll be ready to come home. Man, King crazy. See, this is what I told y'all last time. This is two people's fault. T.I. and Tiny. You see, y'all spoiled this little ass. I told you, King problem would have been fixed a long time ago. But y'all never broke that boy in half. Y'all had that boy on reality TV shows when he should have been in the house. That boy should have been in the house and y'all put him on reality TV. So he grew up around all this nonsense. He grew up around all of it. Now, here's where it's gonna get even more crazy. He want to throw down with his daddy, talking about he about this life and all that. He ain't gonna be satisfied till he go to jail. His daddy and mama has kept him out of jail so far. He getting drunk, going in there, pressing people. Somebody gonna push his wig back. He tried to, what they ain't finna tell you is he didn't try to fight his other brothers and sisters. See, that's the stuff y'all don't know, that they didn't tell y'all. This fool King tried to fight his sister, talking about, you ain't my real sister anyway. You just my half sister. You just my half sister. You don't really come from this. Like, you should be grateful. Like, dad even gave you this much. He already took care of you. You grown. Like, he talks so disrespectful that the sister was finna bust him in the mouth. And then Tiny had to tell her, she was like, wait a minute, she's still my daughter as much as you my son. I don't care if I gave birth to her or not. That's my daughter. You don't talk to her like that. Then he tried to fight his other brothers. Talking about he really get down like that. But see, this is what happened when you don't raise your children. They grow up and they used to you spoiling the hell out of them. King could get away with anything. Just like, oh, he's so adorable and cute on the show. Like they said, you was sucking a pacifier till you was 12. You ain't want them, then you want to go to your grandma's house because she'll allow you to do what you want to do. See, you couldn't do what you wanted to do no more. Now, they can raise as many of the kids as they got. They can raise all of them. As soon as they get the king, they forget all the rules about raising kids. All the other kids, they really don't have no problem with. He the only one. Because, see, he think he famous. That's his problem. He ain't got no hit records. He ain't got nothing out. But yet, he a star. Where's your music? You ain't did nothing. You was on a reality show that based off your mama and daddy. Then you got the nerve to want to fight your daddy. Like he said, you embarrassing yourself, boy. You embarrassing. You think you trying to embarrass your folks. That's going to make it cool for you. You going to look cool because you embarrassing your folks. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. You were supposed to check King and break him down a long time ago, Tip. But Tip gonna be like, man, I wasn't around because I was too busy, man. I'm working. I'm out here doing everything, man. Tiny, that Tiny fault. Tiny can't teach him how to be a man. He gonna need his daddy around him. I don't care what your show you were doing, what album you were promoting that was finna flop. You might as well took him with you because it didn't do nothing for your career. Oh, the video on Instagram, YouTube don't let you show fights no more. But Instagram all about that face-to-face. They love that. They be like, that's how you get your bread and butter. Boof, oh, boof. They love that. Yeah, King gonna do a remix to Warzone. Hands up, can't breathe. Can't you see we're living in a war zone? Well, they'll figure it out one day. But the situations never change. Because, see, this is Tip and Tiny's fault. They can't, she's supposed to turn, and she's supposed to lay down the law. Hell, my mama would have beat me worse than my daddy would have. My daddy ain't never beat me, but he ain't never have a reason to. The only time he hit me, he overreacted. And all he did was like this. He was driving the car. I was in the passenger seat. And he was like, oh, you think you tough? And socked me in the chest like that. Straight like that. boom, hit me right in the chest. And I'm like, you SOB. You just hit me in the chest. Boy, what is wrong with you? Hit me in the chest like that. Yeah, they just spoiled him rotten. I told you he was on reality TV since he was a baby. They were doing TV interviews and everybody talking about King. King is the star of the show. Look at him. He's so adorable. He was just spoiled. And they better snatch him up. He had already got in trouble with Boosie's son. You know, and he running off at the mouth all the time. He don't know how to just shut up. Nobody's gonna shut up no more. They don't know how. If they knew how to shut up, everybody would go and be happier, live happily ever after. King had $4,800 to go buy something with his car. $4,800. He was mad because he ain't had the money on his card to get the stuff done that he wanted on his own car. So he get mad at his mama and daddy. Then he got his own, like, Bentley, Maybach, whatever. And his daddy had a matching one. Him and King both had like matching cars. It was so stupid. Giving this boy damn near $500,000 birthday parties. You know, stupid. And all he knows is flex. That's all he knows. Let me flex on him. I need to be flexing. No, you don't. Yeah, you want to be street. But why do we want to be street? That's the bigger question. What T.I. tell him? Man, you ain't never had a roach on your face. Wake up and there's a roach on your face, boy. You ain't never lived that life. Boy, had one in your ear. You ain't lived that life, boy. You ain't had no rats and roaches around you, boy. You ain't from the hood. And he in there trying to argue with his mama and daddy how hood he is. Yeah, Djvlad, cause I left the house and I started living at grandma's house, man. I was in the hood, man. That's what I said, man. I don't want to be behind these walls, man. I want to be in the streets where I belong. And I'm like, let his ass go. He grown now. Our job was to prepare you for life. Are you prepared? Because this is life. We turning you loose. Now you ready to go? T.I. should have told him right then and there when he tried to fight him. And he was like, man, you ain't gonna, man, what you gonna do to me, man? Boy, I'm your daddy, boy. You ain't gonna be able to do a damn thing to me. He was right. He couldn't do a damn thing to him. He only about 5'5", about 85 pounds. Who he think he finna whoop? Then he in there going in a restaurant, arguing with those people at the restaurant. Man, that dude, he's lucky. He is so lucky. He don't lie. Man, you know how much money I got? Man, I don't even need this food. Y'all gotta work here for life. I'm like, dog, they don't care about that. I'm like, you're in there about to eat the food they making. So how stupid are you? You arguing with the people that gotta make your food. Can't think he could fight his daddy. His daddy be done whooped every brain out his head. Like he did, boy, ain't nothing you gonna be able to do to me. You hear him yelling in the video, get off me! Get off me! Ain't nobody gonna disrespect me like that. I'm running the street, boy. And Tiny, now, cause you out of control. Boy, you out of control. You embarrassing yourself. You embarrassing the whole family. Sit yourself down. And at the end of this, T.I. gonna blame Tiny. Now, see, I told you, we shouldn't have brought King to this thing. He don't know how to control his emotions. I told you. And then the boy been drinking all the time. That's why I say, man, we let him stay with his grandma. And that, you know, this what happened. You know, I want the best for him, but the way King going, he want to be in the streets. He wants to be locked up. I'm saying maybe jail will be good for him. Maybe he could do the job that me and you couldn't do. We tried to provide. I don't want my baby going to no jail to learn nothing. Look, baby, I'm telling you, this might just be a blessing in disguise. Okay, this was a very opportunistic situation for him, and I think we have to be progressive about this. And I think it would be very advantageous of us to take advantage of the situation and let this dumb ass go to jail. You know that show they got called Scared Straight? He need to get scared straight. But I don't think that show gonna work. He gonna think it's a show until the guard crack him upside the head with that billy club. Now he can't call the authorities on them because he already incarcerated. So it's a win-win. And when he come out that damn jail, he gonna be so goddamn glad and appreciative that he could sleep in a bed and not have to worry about somebody trying to bust him in the butt. I don't want nobody busting my son in the butt and all that stuff and tearing him up like that. I don't want him to go through all that. Well, you should have did a better job raising him. While I was out making this money, this boy was running amok. Maybe if you thought about being a mother instead of trying to go out there trying to perform and do all this thing with y'all group that you did back in 94, but I let you go on and do it because I know I couldn't stop you, but you wanted to pursue that. So that was you. Instead of being a mother, like I said, you wanted to go all the way and do all that. I ain't nobody doing that. You be out there doing all that stuff and you went out there with all them girls. Instead of taking care of your job as daddy and raising your boy out there to be a man, you out there with all them. See, now there you go, bringing up old stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with what's going on today with King. You see how you get sidetracked? That had nothing to do. That's you bringing up old stuff. Now, how we gonna move forward if you keep focusing on that? You can't get past that. We can't grow. Don't you see that's how the trap works? We got to move past. and keep moving past. You trying to hold us back. I'm trying to move the family into the future. We all trying to grow expeditiously. Damn. I'm just saying, I don't think my boy should go no jail, and I don't want him in no jail. You trying to send my boy to jail and tell him he better off in jail? I don't want my son better off in no jail. Why my boy gotta go to no jail? Kane don't need no jail. He didn't need his daddy. You need to be a daddy. You need to sit him down and try to grow him up. Boy, I didn't talk to the boy. What more you want me to do? Only thing left for me to do is to beat him up. Every day. Just walk in the room, punch him in the mouth. Then he gonna want to come get a gun because he can't beat me. So now he gonna want to shoot his daddy. And I'm gonna have to put him down. And then that's gonna look bad for the whole family. Then we all fall down. If I go, the whole thing over. So what you want to do? Lose everything or lose Kane? Let Kane go. He want to be street. Let him go to the street. Let the street be his mom and daddy. I done gave up. I said, I done did my best. Now it's up to God to do the rest. I can't believe you giving up on my boy like that. How you gonna give up on our boy like that? I ain't about to give up on my boy, my son, if I gotta send him to military school. Military school ain't gonna take him. He gonna get kicked out the first day they tell him an order. You know that boy ain't gonna, he can't, you tell him to take his damn bowl in the kitchen, he gonna wanna give you an argument about taking a bowl into the kitchen that he left. Now how he gonna take a drill sergeant's command? See, you don't be thinking things through. All I know he needed daddy. Why can't you just do that? That be his daddy. Kang only needed daddy. He just trying to be tough. He trying to be like you, trying to show you he tough like you. He didn't trying to be you. He needed daddy. He need a foot in his ass. So if I'm around, I'm going to have to put a foot in his ass because he keep thinking he can challenge me. And I understand that. Boys his age think it's okay and cool to challenge his daddy. But you ain't finna do that on Instagram. You challenge your daddy on Instagram, you gon' lose. Every time. Now I got Jay-Z calling. You see what you done did? Now Jay-Z called. I can't get this Negro on the phone for anything, but if I do anything wrong, he calls me. Maybe I need to do something wrong every now and then. Then he'll pick up the phone. And let me take this call. Hello? It's Hov. Oh, what's up, Hov? Yeah, man. We just enjoying the football game, man, with the family. Oh, everybody, man, you know how football games get. Everybody get emotional. Yeah, just sitting here watching the game, man. It ain't all that serious. Yeah, I know they probably entertaining. I'm probably trending again, always trending. Well, yeah, I was calling because I was alarmed because it looked quite dangerous. You know, a lot of people, investors, was not too happy with this new project that we're trying to do in this new endeavor that I was thinking about bringing you in on. I got Gotti and Jeezy involved in it, and I was trying to see if I can get you involved in it, but now, you know, you're fighting your son on Instagram. That really doesn't show growth. And that's what one investor said. You know, if I lose one, then, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know. But just be mindful, you know, the actions and things that you do today will hurt you tomorrow. You know, even if he was a little out of line, you know, you kind of take it off the internet, and you kind of do it like when I was in the elevator with Solange. Like, you know, if we was back in the house, I would have dragged her across the floor by her hair. But I knew we were out in public, and I know how to act in public. I'm not gonna let anyone catch me off my square ever again. So I knew better to react in the elevator, and it was a good thing I didn't, because she kicked me in the shin really hard, and it hurt. It hurt like a son of a bitch. And I was thinking, man, if I just can get you in the car, if I get you in this limo, and I'm in the same limo as you, you're gonna need plastic surgery. But I stayed calm. I was real calm. So you're gonna have to exercise some self-control, Tip. Oh man, you know that with King. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You know me, man. I'm the same man I've always been, 100 grand. Well, I'm just saying, I'll see what I can do on my end, but right now things are a little dicey. I have to go. Holler. And that's how it's gonna go. And don't forget to join the Carcito for Life Patreon too, by the way. See, people keep forgetting I'm on location right now. Right, I'm a Floridian right now. Living that Florida life. So people be like, yo, where that video at? See no on Patreon. I'm here. I don't see it. I'm like, dog, it's coming. Just be careful. I mean, not careful, but calm. I'm like, I still got family here for Thanksgiving. We moving around. People doing things. Shoot, I was asleep. Dude hit me about my sleep. Asking me Patreon questions. That's right, I've been saying it. See, Black Hollywood isn't really Hollywood. Y'all don't understand. Everywhere we are, there's always some disdain to everything that's going on that we do. I kid you not. Black Hollywood and Hollywood is not the same. I've seen it for myself. The people that we love and we like, we think they Hollywood. They wish they were Hollywood. They wish that so bad. Jennifer Aniston, that's Hollywood. Jerry Seinfeld, Hollywood. Those people are Hollywood. You see Justin Timberlake, all them, that's Hollywood. Right? Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Hollywood. Now, you see the people we love back in the day, Destiny's Child, Steve Harvey show, and I mean Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, when he had the Steve Harvey show, when he had hair on his head. Steve Harvey from the Steve Harvey show. That's what you needed. You needed that Steve. Monique, Naughty by Nature. Joe. Genuine. Kadeem Hardison, Omar Epps. That ain't Hollywood. That ain't Hollywood. That's Black Hollywood. That's why T.I., Tiny, all these people, they're on that echelon. Denzel had to explain to Steve Harvey why he's who he is. And they had to explain to him why they are who they are. And it was real simple. Oh, it was real simple. It was really simple. When you're in that echelon of this is what it is, like this is it, they ain't finna get no higher or lower, this is it for you, in Black Hollywood, Hollywood is through with you. Jay-Z has crossed over, and he's still in Black Hollywood. Jay-Z is not upper echelon. He wants to be there. They don't view him like that. So he attached himself to Beyonce. Because without her, he would never get through those doors. Oprah told Beyonce she was not allowed to mention Jay-Z's name on this show. They had no cares about mentioning Jay-Z when she go on the show. And they interviewed her. They said, do not bring up Jay-Z's name on the show. You're considered Black Hollywood. It sounds silly and stupid, but it's the way they try to put people as far as the way they're covered, entertainment, business, opportunities. It is not there for everyone. And T.I.'s problem is he let the situation with his son grow into this problem. This was something that was controllable, but when you try to be the buddy parent, that never works out. Your child is going to feel that they could talk to you any kind of way they want, because they always feel like, well, you've always treated them like they were an equal, like they were an adult since they were a child. I'm going to let y'all in on a little news. Aaliyah was not the nicest person in the world. She just died. And when she died, she became an angel. You see what I'm saying? Well, Gail wanted to interview him. Oh no. See, overseas, Jay-Z don't have that kind of love. People look at him like a nobody. They don't care. And they don't care how racist they are when it comes to exploiting Jay-Z. They don't care. I'm being serious. They just don't care. They will say some of the craziest things in the world about Jay-Z. They don't care, B. Not one bit. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why don't they care? Like, what is the problem? It's because internationally, Jay-Z does not appeal to them. Dr. Dre is bigger internationally than Jay-Z. The Chronic 2001 is huge overseas. New Zealand, all over the world. Dr. Dre has crossed over into superstardom. because he can hit internationally. Jay-Z can't do an international tour. He did the show only with Beyonce. That is it. He can't do a show on his own saying it's just Jay-Z. It was crickets. So what T.I. and Jay-Z and all these people were doing was selling you illusions. They're selling you the illusion that they were these big major guys. When Kanye West had outsold Jay-Z, his catalog was worth way more than Jay-Z's. He was international from his first 2 albums. By the time Graduation hit, that's probably the most influential album that was made. That's what was crazy. That album was so influentially done. Graduation, my God, that album was so incredible. It was so big of a hit. No rap album in history had more international sales than US sales. Not even Eminem. Repeat, not even Eminem did that. Eminem sold 10 million records, went diamond. But Eminem did not have club records. Kanye West, almost every song you could play in a nightclub. Everything was nightclub, nightclub, nightclub. T.I., zero European appeal overseas. Zero. Well, I don't know about Gil and Miko's situation, but I knew it was a problem. Because I knew when they redid the show and it came back new, it was right after Rich Paul was on the show. And she wasn't on it no more. And they got a whole new girl to be on the show. And Miko wasn't on the show. Miko started doing her own live stream, showing them boobies. I was all with it, but I knew it was a problem. I just didn't go any further into it. But I knew it was a situation. Trust me. I try to tell people all the time. T.I. is lucky that people remember his name. But what he got to do now is hair and nail bootleg crap. That's all he got. Seriously. That's all he got going for him right now. Hair and nail stuff. That's all he got. You don't see T.I. at a boutique. He can't sell a rap record no more. He's too old for that. So you can't sell a record no more. What you gonna do? That's what I used to always say. What you gonna do? Because there's nowhere to go. You let King go crazy. Your own son. Y'all now are in reality show mode. That's it. That's all they got left over for the leftover rapper. You ain't gonna make no money on no songs. Hopefully you got businesses and you built yourself a platform. People still know who you are. But the reality show life is it for you. That's what they made for you to survive on. Your royalties are gonna mean nothing because they're not gonna play your music on what? The radio? The radio don't even play music no more, damn near. They do for white songs and all those old songs from the 70s and 80s that all those old Jewish people own. But rappers, oh, the hell with that. You think they finna play some new syrupy stuff on the radio all day? Nah, not unless the record company paying for it. Now it's all talk radio, podcast, baby. Podcast is all anybody want to listen to. Internet radio. So this game has changed. So now these rappers need to understand, and they was like, oh, we figured it out late. Now we getting our own podcast. But yeah, now you gotta have a structure. You think just because you grab a mic and start talking, people want to hear from you. You gotta have something to tell them. Y'all ain't got nothing to tell them. So if you ain't got nothing to tell the people and tell the public, why in the hell they want to listen to you? Oh yeah, thanks for the super chat too. The super chat button worked. Go ahead and donate to the page. Hit the like button. Support. A lot of people hit the like button. They waking up. Appreciative of that. I mean, Russell Westbrook trying to get his career back since he was on the Lakers, he put on a skirt, and his game fell off. It fell off like a leg. And he been getting it back ever since. Right, these rappers stopped being rappers. They started trying to dress like women. They were clowns in gowns. So y'all clowns and gowns walking around here trying to tell people y'all gangsters. How are you gangsters? That's an insult. If I get taken off this earth by a dude with, different color fingernail polish on his damn fingernails in a skirt, taking me out, I'll be, please God, let me go back. Let me correct this. Don't let me go out like that. Not the sassy goons. Pow, 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 pow. I can't go out like that. Don't let me go out like that. Please don't let me go out with the sassy goons. Now, this world has to understand a few things, I believe, if they want to really grasp what's really happening out here, That's how I look at it. It's like, y'all need to grasp what's happening. Now, King, he don't understand that people from the streets hustle so they can get behind that fence. They don't want to be in the hood. You think people in the hood want to be there? They there because that's where they grew up. They lived there because their parents was poor. And their parents lived there because their parents lived there also because they were poor. Hoping and praying the next generation figure it out to get up out of here. You know what poor people pushed? Is they wanted you to go to school and get a what? Education. And you probably say, what? Out of all that, you ain't say go get some money? No. The majority of black folks who came up in poverty wanted you to have what? An education. Might sound a little bizarre to you, but it ain't. They wanted you to have an education. You know why? Does anybody in here know why? Why did they preach for them to have an education? Why did black folks in poverty wanted us to have an education? Why was they pushing that narrative, that agenda? Like, you need to go get an education. Why would they push that agenda? That's right, Big Styles. An education is something they can't take away from you. You see, the white man couldn't take away your knowledge, your education could not be taken away. That's why they pushed it. They pushed that narrative so much because it was denied from us. They knew the importance of having that education because it was denied of us. They did not want us to possess an education. They considered that dangerous for us to possess an education. It was deprived of us throughout slavery and growing up, so the much more you could learn and be taught a trade or anything, it was survival for you to have this knowledge because they can't take that from you. You can use that and go somewhere else. You know how to do something. You know how to fix a house. You know how to do something to take care of yourself to survive. You could pass this on to your children. That education of knowing is very important, more than money. Money comes and goes. But you will forever be able to generate wealth, revenue, and anything with an education. So that's why it was so important. And we don't push that anymore. We don't promote that. We don't do any of these things when it comes to us as people. All we do is endure. That's all we do. We endure and take it all on our shoulders. We endure, take it all on our shoulders, and that is that. So, this is why people like King don't understand, because his father didn't teach him that that's the importance of the streets. You need to sit down and teach him and let him know this ain't fun. These people in here, you think they your boys, right? Because they hanging with you? They hanging with you because they need to. They don't like you. They hanging with you because you got money. You spending the money and all of that, so they gotta be around you because they don't have any money. And you spending it like it don't mean nothing. These people, man, what you done lost and bought on a chain could pay their rent and take care of their mama and their family for a whole 6 months. So they gonna hang around you. They ain't gonna do nothing to you yet. You the gift horse. So they gonna be looking at you right in your mouth. They need you. So right now, while they need you, they gonna just play the role and play their position. So ain't nobody saying nothing because they need you right now. So while everybody playing their position, they need you. So that's just what it is. As long as they need you, there ain't no problems. They need you. So you safe because they need you. Now, you hanging around them like they your boys. You laying on the couch, sleeping on their couch like, look, I slept in the hood, man. I'm good in the hood. You good till they feel like it ain't nothing they can get from you no more. now it's time to rob you to cash in that lottery ticket. But you won't see that coming because your reality is warped. See, when you come from the streets, you're prepared for this. But you're not. You're not street. You got to be able to break things down in milliseconds. Milliseconds. Walking into somebody's house, knowing where the side door is, knowing where everything at, knowing if they got a dog, if they got a fence. You got to know how many people you know in this place and how many people you don't know in this place. You got to know if this is a hood that you ain't cool in. Is somebody taking me here to get lined up? Why are we on this side of town? All this stuff got to be broken down in milliseconds. It is completely, and I mean this with the most sincerity in the world, it is completely a falsehood that you are safe all the time in the city. They used to call me and my boy Omar conspiracy brothers. Now he was way worse than me. He'll see something on TV and it would just warp his brain, man. But he was funny as hell. Because he'd be high as a kite, and that just added more to the conspiracy, and it'd be hilarious. He'd be like, man, you know what? They got cameras now. They can just go right under the door and see everything in the house. I'd be like, dog, the federal government is not finna spend a dime to run a camera under your door. With 50, you are not doing enough. Okay, unless you moving like 600 metric tons a month, they're not coming for you. You're safe, B. You safe. They're not coming for you. So for King, he's glorified by the streets because he think my dad went there, he from here, my dad was from the streets, and all these dudes the streets, my uncles and all them from the streets. Shoot, they from the streets, but dog, you think it's all good that they got that big old house? They in debt. Your mama and daddy is in debt. Okay? You think they gotta be together? They don't even want to be married. Well, he don't. He gotta stay with Tiny. He tried to separate from her and go do his own thing and realize, damn, I gotta get back with Tiny. Cause don't nobody want to see him. See, when don't nobody want to see you, that's a whole different reality from the rest of the world that they don't know yet and ain't figured out. Don't nobody want to see you, not one person. They don't care about you at all. That's a hell of a reality. That's a hell of a shift. That's a heck of a blow. So he got to stay attached to Tiger, their brand. I don't root for their downfall at all. I'm just saying, their downfall was on full display when King was out there acting a fool trying to fight at the damn Atlanta Falcons game. They were doing the 50 years of hip-hop in Atlanta, Georgia for the football team. They got Young Jock there. They got anybody that would show up. Young Jock, I don't even think he's from Atlanta, but he was there. No, I'm not leaving the movie. I was watching football. I took a shellacking today. with my bets. I had all the bets winning, and next thing you know, it all fell apart in like the fourth quarter. I had the Bills beating the Eagles. I said, oh, the Bills gonna win this game. And I picked that. I'm like, yep, looks like I got it, but the Bills are gonna lose it. Let's see what happens. And we saw what happened. Nobody care. Nobody gonna care. When it's all said and done, nobody gonna care about that. Only thing they gonna care about when it's all said and done is, did he act a fool? It's trending on social media. Now they popping. Now he gonna go live again on IG and still run his mouth. You see, that's all they care about. Man, it was so nuts, man. All these people who were around doing stuff out there, man, they was like on some extra. I really couldn't tell you, to be honest. But if Quavo knew what was best for him, once again, I repeat, if Quavo knew what was best for him, he would leave that alone. Man, I never trusted any of these people to get my point across. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the people say, man, I gotta trust them, I gotta trust that. Nope, I never trusted anybody to get my point across. When King was going to jail with Boosie's son, we told everybody about it. We said, hey, that's T.I., man, that's Tip. He gotta know that's not cool. You know, like, Tip gotta know this is what it is. Every time. Right? How many times did we do this? About 1 million. We kept saying it over and over again. Come on, Tip. You can't do that, Tip. Come on, Tip. That ain't cool, Tip. We kept saying it over and over again, like a broken record. Then, what happened before any of that? It was back on again, wasn't it? It was, come on, Tip. Come on, Tip. Nah, Tip. You gotta get on, you gotta get King, Tip. This fool fighting in the doggone club. Then he about to fight somebody in the parking lot. Come on, Tip. You gotta do something, Tip. Tip tired. And I don't blame Tip for being tired of dealing with, you know, King's nonsense. But now it's become a problem. His activities and his foolery has made it a problem for everybody. I remember he said that too, about during the pandemic, start doing versus battles. And boy, did they ever screw up with the versus battles. Boy, I know Swiss Beats is mad as hell. Because that's Swiss Beats' fault. That ain't nobody's fault but Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats, that's his fault. He got to live with that mistake, signing on with a company that's new and just went for the money, and they screwed up the versus battles. Screwed it up. Yeah, the versus battles was all dope until they sold and went to actual company. What was it, Versus? They did a partnership deal with them, and I explained to them how the deal was. They probably didn't realize what they were signing. They just took the upfront money and didn't read the fine print. And now, where's the versus battle? Dead in the water. Yep, Triller. Yep, Triller. New company who really didn't know what they were doing. They messed up the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones fight. Mike Tyson was like, man, I ain't get my money. And people weren't getting their money right on time. All this stuff. So Triller was a new company to come out and like making these promises, and guys weren't getting their money. They were making promises on hopes and wishes and dreams. Then they didn't know how to structure things. Then the versus battles with pay-per-view. I'm just like, pay-per-view? To see these two people battle? Nobody asked to see them battle. And that's pay-per-view. And they screwed it up. Nobody even knew what was going on. Wasn't even promoted. Now with Swiss, selling out before you even know what you got. Too quick to sell out for the dollar. Before you even know what you have. You already thinking about the money. No money in it yet, but you already thinking about it. yes, sir. Because at the end of the day, all people want to be is right. Some people got to be right 1,000 times. Other people got to be right once. That one time they right, it's all going to fall in line. Everything going to fall in line if they right one time. Well, people got to realize there's things in life that are more important, and your family is everything. You know, when the fame go and everything else, king is still going to be their son. So they're going to have to realize that, hey, this is my son no matter what. And you going to want this person to be grown out on the streets, acting the way he acted? That what you want? Because the way it's going, that's what it looked like. So, once again, it's going to be on you. So, I'm up out of here, man. It's been about an hour of me riding. I ain't even close to my destination. Now, I'm going to another part of Florida to kick it. See, I got friends all over. So, I'm going to another part of Florida. I'm already an hour in. So, I'm going to holler at y'all. Saying shouts out to my homies out there that's been keeping it real. Or blue. All on you. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life, who called me this morning just to check on me, see how I was doing. That was love. Appreciate that, brother. Shouts out to HD. I was on his live. Welcome to HD IITV. Subscribe to him. Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Subscribe to him. Armando Black. You next, buddy. Me and you next week. Georgia, Alabama, buddy. We gonna be right there. Can't wait to see that game. Now, shouts out to him, Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, and I'm out the door, and it ain't even 4. Peace.